for anyone that wants to send Typebot events to Google Analytics for not Universal Analytics, that's the old one. That's the one that will be discontinued July 1st, 2023. So if you want to send it to Google Analytics 4, you won't be able to do it with Typebot for now. And I sent a message over to the group and tagged Baptiste. I'm sure he'll fix this pretty soon. So here's a problem. This format of sending events to Google Analytics only works for Universal Analytics, right? A little point of confusion is that this is the measurement ID for Google Analytics 4. So this should actually say WA dash, alphanumerics because it only works with Universal Analytics. Okay. So the point of this is that we need to find a workaround. So here's what I found to work. So let me close this out. So running a code snippet seems to get the job done. So you're going to need a couple of different things here in order to get this to work. So first, we have to configure an event in Google Analytics 4. So I'm still trying to get my head around this, but the way that this works is that you need to configure pretty much all the data, all the custom data that takes place on your website. You have to configure it in Google Analytics 4. So here, okay, we need to go to admin, go to events, create an event. Let's create one. So down here are some pre-configured events. So that makes it pretty convenient, but even if they're pre-configured, you need to set them up. So a lot of you guys are probably going to use this, generate lead, but I want it to be a little bit more specific because I will be sending leads from the Typebot and also from forums. And I want to know the distinction between those two, right? So in my case, what I had to do was create a new event. And let me show you. So this is a new event that I had to configure. So it's just chatbot leaf submission, right? And then with the additional parameter, let me hide this. The additional parameter of offer and then request quote. So I can see that in the reports. Okay, so once you set up your custom event, or your event rather, the next thing you need to do is set up this, let me go over here. You need to set up this data layer code. So this code will send the event to Google Tag Manager. So you're going to need a Google Tag Manager account so that you can push this event. And then from Google Tag Manager, you configure it into an event back to Google Analytics 4. So it's a little complicated, but bear with me. I'll go through the entire process. Okay. So once you push this, once you create this code snippet with this data layer code. So here you can kind of call this whatever you want. But in my case, just to kind of make things simple, I just called it event. You pass in your event name. So this is what I used, and this is what I showed you guys in the previous step. And then the other thing is to execute in parent window. So by default, it's turned off. So you're going to have to turn this on. Okay. So next, you need to go to Google Tag Manager, and you need to set up a trigger. So your trigger is, I just named it the name of the event. So if I come here, you select custom event as a trigger, and I'm triggering on all custom events. So, and it doesn't matter to me because I only have one custom event named chatbot lead submission, right? Okay, so let me jump over to, actually, before I do that, So to test this out and to kind of see your data layer variables so that you can set your trigger and your custom event, you'll have to do like a preview. So here's my test. This is my demo account, right? And whatever actions I do here, I'll be able to see it in this tag assistant. So here's like a summary of all the stuff that's happening, right? Let me move this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just refresh this page so that you can see like the stuff that's happening in Tag Assistant. Okay, so it did all this stuff, right? So referring back to Typebot, I put this run code snippet right after the Typebot starts, so it should start right away. So once I initiate the chatbot, I'll go back here to Tag Assistant, and you can see that this event fired. So let's go here, click on it, and here's our data layer. So this is the information that we sent. So we sent this, right? So this key value pair matches up with what we put in our run code snippet, right? So this is the data that got pushed to the data layer. So this is the trigger that we set up in Google Tag Manager. So let's go to Google Tag Manager, go back to trigger just to review this step. Go to chatbot leaf submission. So that you put in the name of the event, your custom event, or the name of your event. So now you have your trigger, right? And then the next step after this is to create a tag, and it's an event configuration. It's Google Analytics GA4 event. So I'm going to click on that. So this is the tag type that you select. So if we were to start over, you would select it right here. This is it. And then you pass in your event name. So in my case, I chose chatbot lead submission. And then here's where you pass in the event parameter. So going back to Google Analytics 4, let's go to where I can't even see my events. Yeah, I guess I have to go to create event. That's totally intuitive, being sarcastic. Okay, so here I pass in the parameter offer and the value request quote, right? So that I can see this in my reporting and kind of segment my data. Okay, so going back to Google Tag Manager, this is the event parameter that I pass in as well. And I want this to trigger on the trigger that we created earlier, which is yes, this custom event. Okay. So once you have that, that's the last step. So once you make all those changes here, make sure to submit them so that they actually push through to your website. And then from there, what you can do is just do a test, right? So um, you can also do preview too. That's how I'm testing the different. Um, that's how I'm testing in this tag assistant here to make sure that the data goes through. But really, what you want to do is actually go into analytics and make sure that the events report is actually going through. So where is it? Real time. Okay, so here it is. So it's going to come up here. So I haven't changed anything. This is all like default stuff, default dashboard view. So here's my chatbot lead submission event that came through, and then you can drill down in here and see the offer, right? So hopefully that helps someone. I spent a bit of time trying to figure this out. So hopefully this is a good workaround until there's a native integration in Typebot to Google Analytics 4 to pass events. Uh, Baptiste is a wizard, so I'm sure he'll figure this out pretty soon for us. And again, Universal Analytics gets discontinued July 1st, 2023. Um, not all tools, as you can see, not all tools have migrated or have integrated with Google Analytics 4, and it's a bit wonky. I'm so familiar with Universal Analytics. It's definitely like a learning curve to try to get set up. But in any case, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any comments or questions, uh, throw them down in the comments, and maybe we can help each other out.